Listen up, guys. We have a very special guest with us tonight. He's a 1970 graduate of WVU and played football for WVU for 2 years. He was our 2004 to 2010 governor of the state of West Virginia and became U.S. Senator in 2010. Please welcome the Honorable Senator Joseph Manchin III. How we doing? First of all, to Todd, I want to say thank you. I've known Todd all of his life. And he is truly the spirit of Boys State. Came to Boys Nation, basically was here, never left. Many years ago, so that's pretty special. As most of your counselors, those with this experience here never leave. To Jim Davis, I want to thank Jim so much. I want to thank the entire staff, all those who come in. I want to thank the American Legion. I don't know if you all realize how much effort goes into this for you. I don't know if you know that. The people that make the commitment, the sacrifice, raise the money to do what they do for each one of you. I hope you have time to say thank you to each one, because they have changed your life. This week has changed your life, whether you think it has or not. So I hope you take that time to do it. To the entire Boys State staff, I want to thank them for continuing to do the job they do. Participants of this year's Boys State. Let me hear, how many Federalists? Raise your hand, the Federalists. Nationalists. Okay, hold on. Now I was supposed to ask this question. In the arena, as far as sports, who's number one? Okay. They had a ringer, guys. They put me up to that. I'm not going to talk long. I want to say a few things I hope you pay attention to, because there's something I want to say to all of you. You are the luckiest human beings on Mother Earth. The luckiest. You drew the lottery ticket to be born in America. 7.3 billion people live on planet Earth. 7.3 billion. Almost 3.8 billion male. 3.8 million men. Boys, men, whatever. 3.8 billion. Think about that. This country only have less than 5% of the world population, yet we're the envy of the whole world. You live in the greatest nation that God has ever created. The greatest nation. And let me tell you, we take that for granted. You look at this flag right here, you take that for granted. There's people I know that would swim across the ocean, they run a log across the ocean and get to the land of the free because of that flag. My uncle, A. James, a lot of the staff here knew A. James very well. I'm going to start out with something because the flag means everything. It should mean everything to you. When you look at this flag, I want you to think about it. It's only some stripes of red and white. It's only some stars on a field of blue. And it's only a little cotton flag. Doesn't mean anything to you. Oh, yes, it does. For beneath its folds our people are safe on land and sea. And it stands for a land where God is still king. And his truth and his freedoms are free. So let us love it well and keep it pure as our banner of liberty. So many times we take that for granted. We live in a very, very troubled world in a divided country. But you live in the greatest country in the world. You are basically the hope of the world. If we don't get it right, God help the rest of the world. If we don't get it right. And think about this. 240 years of a democracy, the oldest form of government on planet Earth. There's been a lot, but we're the oldest form. And still the best. People say, what about the election? How about if this person gets elected or that person? Well, that concerns me. I might have my preference, you might have your preference, but at the end of the day, the system that our founding fathers put together is so strong. It's so rigid. You have the rule of law. You have the Constitution. You've got the separation of powers. One person can only do so much. It's not a monarchy. There's no kingdom. They can only do so much. And that's the beauty of this system that we have. Nobody else has it. And they all would love to be here part of it. The only thing I would say to each one of you, maybe 10, 15 years ago, I used to come and talk to a lot, and I'd come here, and I'd come different places, I'd come to your schools, and I said, there might be a day in your time, in your life, when someone's going to say, I think we need to close that down, this great country of ours. We've got enough. We don't need nobody else. Everything's just perfect. And I always would say this, I hope you never have to make that decision. And as the world becomes more troubled and more violent, more and more people are talking about that. Well, the bottom line is this. We never want to shut down these borders. There has to be a pathway to civilization, to legalization of people that want to come here for the right reason. We've got to be more smarter. We have to use technology and do a better job making sure we vet the people that want to come here are coming for the right reason. You just can't give up and say, oh, enough's enough, I got to give up. I don't know who they are. And if you think the terrorists of the world are going to change who we are as Americans, we face greater odds than that. We face tougher opponents. We face tougher competition. They are not going to change your way of life. They're not going to change you from being a free, God-loving American. And if you think they are, then you ought to rethink your position as American. I want to talk to you about leadership, because here's what. Look around. How many of your friends from back home came? How many did you leave back home? How many juniors didn't make it here? Quite a few, right? What are you going to do? With what the experience you had this week, what are you going to do with it? You're going to go home and just think about it? You're going to go share it with anybody else? You're going to go try to recruit somebody? You want someone else to experience what you've had the opportunity of experience? That's what you got to do, is share it, guys. People are looking to you for leadership. You're the best of the class. You are best of class. You're the best we got. Our hopes of this great state and this great nation hinge on you. What are you going to do with it? You going to waste it? Think about it. There are so many temptations around that you have. Social media, I've never seen anything like it in my life. I cannot believe 24/7, you can't escape it. It chases you, it follows you, it'll harass you, it'll drive you crazy. You've got to be in control of that. You can't let it do that to you. Cyberbullying, you can't do it. Discrimination, absolutely not. No way, shape, or form. Look around. We're not all the same size and shape. We're not all the same color. Guess what? We're all Americans. We're all here. We're all here for the same reason. Do you know what it takes to be best in class? Do you know what it takes for Michael Jordan to be the best? LeBron James? You know what it takes for anybody to be the best in their field? 10,000 hours. 10,000. 10,000 for you to compete at the highest level. If you're not willing to make that effort, if you want to be the best scholar, you want to be the best lawyer, you want to be the best of anything, you want to be the best musician, best singer, you better be prepared to spend some time. God may give you a gift. He expects you to hone that gift. A lot of people don't. They give up too easy. They just, oh, it's not for me, I can't do it. I asked all of you, how many of you think you're getting pushed in school and getting pushed as hard as you can to get the best education? You think you are? Most of us would think that we could push harder, right? How many of you push yourself? How many of you are pushing yourself? Can you do more? Can you do more? How many of you have set goals for next year? You know where you want to be? The bottom line is, how are you going to measure that? How do you measure it? How do you know if you're going to achieve it or not? How do you know if you get behind the curve and you can't catch up and give up? That's the thing you've got to think about. And I'm going to talk about a few things, because the biggest thing that bothers me right now, growing up in West Virginia, I was born and raised in Little Farmington, West Virginia, less than 500 people. Who would have ever thought that I could be standing before you? I've been in the legislature, I've been a state senator, I've been Secretary of State, I've been the governor, now I'm a U.S. Senator. I never thought that. When I was your age, I never thought that opportunity would happen to me. I never thought. But you know what? I always believed I could do more. I always believed I could help and contribute. I believe I could help my state. I could help all the people in my state. I thought I could contribute to my great country. I always thought I could do something. And that's the one thing. That doesn't cost a penny. It doesn't cost a penny for you to do something. Everybody here can give something. All of you. And when I said you're the luckiest people on earth, you might think, well, I know someone has a bigger house than lives than I do, have nicer cars, have more money. That's not what I'm talking about. You hit the lottery because you can be anything you want to. There's not a person in this country will tell you can't do it. You're the only person who'll shut yourself down. You're the only one that will make a decision in your life thinking you can't do it. There's not another rule in the great country that we live in that says, I'm sorry, that's off limits for you. Not one. And when I see people discriminating and calling people names and making fun of them, it's just wrong. It's not who we are. When you have discrimination of any kind, they might not be like you. They might not have the same sexual orientation or preference. That doesn't, you know what? The bottom line is, are they hurting you? Are they bothering you? We're all getting along. We all have to get along. This is a great country and a great world that we live in. You have to have tolerance and exceptions. And I'm seeing people that have more hatred in their heart than ever before. They're teaching you how to hate. Somebody better teach you how to love. And I want to tell all of you this. There's somebody back home that made one heck of a sacrifice for you. In your age that you are right now, most of you are what, 16, 17? There's someone's been sacrificing for you and giving you unconditional love for that part of your life. No matter, you can't do any wrong in that. They might get mad at you, might give you a whipping, might bawl you out, but I can tell you one thing, they're always there for you. If you have somebody, and if you have unconditional love, then you definitely are the luckiest person. There's 5 promises, every one of us. Every one of you young men should keep to every child. Somebody you should be mentoring and working, but these are the 5 promises. You remember nothing else, remember these. Every child in America, every child in the world needs to have unconditional love. Unconditional love, somebody that loves them. No matter what they do, right, wrong, or indifferent. Every child has to have a safe place. Guess what? Unconditional love doesn't always come from the family or the parents they were born to. A safe place is not always the home you grew up in. Okay? Every child should have a healthy start. Nutrition, know how to take care of yourself. Know how to eat properly. Know how to exercise. Take care, that's a responsibility. Every child has to and should have a living skill. We commit ourselves to education like no other country. We tax your property, the county you live in. We make your parents pay property taxes to pay for your education. If they don't pay, we'll seize the property and sell it. We're that committed to your education. And that's when I'm pushing people, how much are you getting out of it? How much are you putting into it? So that's the fourth promise. The 5th promise I can't teach you. I can't teach you the 5th promise. You can only learn that promise by looking at someone that you think has basically been a model for you. And that 5th promise is to grow as an adult and be a loving and caring adult and give something back. The cycle has to repeat itself. If the cycle doesn't repeat itself, then we are lost as a society. So you have to have unconditional love. You've got to have a safe place. You have got to have basically a healthy start. And you have to have a skill set through education. And with all of those put together, that's time for you to return the favor and give something back, to be a loving, caring adult. Most of the people that come here were just like you. They wanted to give something back. It made such an impression on them. Most of your counselors are people that came through this program. And that's why I say it's pretty special, pretty darn special. We live in a troubled world, as I've told you. I travel around the world. I see a lot going on. It's a very dangerous world. We're very concerned. We're having now debates in the United States Senate on basically the terrorist watch list. We have about 1 million people in the United States that we have on a terrorist watch list right now. 1 million. About 4,500 of those are natural American citizens. 4,500 American citizens born in this country that have been terrorists or have terrorist sympathies. What happened? What happened? How does it happen? You know, when we talk about radical, let me tell you one thing. If you believe because of your religion you're able to go out and kill people in the glory of Allah or your God or whatever, that's pretty radical. If you believe you can sacrifice your own life for a higher glory, it's pretty radical. Now the bottom line is how do we help these people? Because all religions preach good. All religions are supposed to be good. And they are. And most of all the people in the world are good people. You have a very small percentage. But they're disrupting the world because there's lack of leadership and there's no order. That's why they look to us, the United States of America. Everyone says, we can't be the policemen of the world. Well, maybe we can't. But we're expected to be. We're expected to keep order in the world. We're expected to help those who seek the freedom that you take for granted, I take for granted, to live in a free society, to be anything you want to be. All of this is something we all excel to. We're going through a situation right now about due process, the rights of an American. So if you're an American citizen and you decided to have chatter and we're watching your Twitter account, you're talking, you're boasting and saying, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do this, I'm a member of this group, of this terrorist group, because you want to be big or you want to scare someone, you're going to be flagged like that. They're going to start watching you. Then they're going to start watching your movements. Are you going here and there? Where are you traveling to? Are you going to places that basically could even instigate more of this? Then you come in a higher ranking. We watch you even closer. And then you might become on a no-fly list because you become a danger to America and Americans. Now, if you're on a no-fly list, if you become to the point where we're scrutinizing every move you make, we got you on a terrorist watch list, should you be able to go down to the gun show or be able to go on internet and buy a gun? Think about it. So people say, this is not gun control, this is common sense. A crazy person shouldn't be able to get a gun. We should give them help. Basically, a criminal shouldn't be able to get a gun because they lost a right. And the only thing I have said is if we have a loophole in the law that you can go to a gun show and you can go to a table and buy anything you want, after we've shut you down here and have you on a terrorist watch list, what's good is a watch list if we can't keep you from getting a gun? These things here, we've got to do some common sense things. We can still be the freest people on earth, but we have to be a little bit more careful. So when I said, is there a pathway forward that people want to come in? Yeah. I'm going to do a little bit more searching. I'm going to use technology. I'm going to do DNA testing. I'm going to find out a little bit about you. You might be coming from the Middle East. I don't know, but I want to know a little bit about you. I want to know if you've ever been participating in terroristic operations. I want to find out through your DNA. You might change your name. You can't change your DNA. I'll find you. Now, if I can't find anything on you, I'm going to err on the side of caution, not let you in. I'm going to wait until we're able to be able to vet you. Now, that's the caution that we have to have. You don't have to close it down. You don't have to shut it down, but you have to be a lot smarter than what we've been and do a better job. I believe in you more than you believe in yourself. You're sitting there now wondering, what am I going to do? What am I going to do with myself? Let me just tell you, first of all, you're having an experience like no other young person in West Virginia today. You're having an experience like no other. You're going to make friends and acquaintances and associations, and maybe some of you don't know each other that well, but I can tell you 10 years from now, 15 years from now, 20 years from now, it could be your paths will cross. You'll talk about being from West Virginia. You'll talk about being you're nationalist or federalist. It's the bonds that never leave you. I hope you realize that. I hope you realize the opportunity you have. I hope you share it. I really do. I think there's so much that can be done. The American Legion does so much. These are people that basically give their all. Anybody that puts a uniform on for you, and they put it on for you, they're willing to say, I'm going to take a bullet for you. I'm going to protect you. I'm going to take care of your mother, your father, your aunts, your uncles, your brothers, your sisters. I'll take care of you. That's how special our veterans are. They're willing to do that. We're willing to do that. We only have, how many service people do you think we have? We're around 1 million. They're all volunteers. These are all people that signed up to take a bullet for you and I, to stop us from harm entering. We have the greatest military in the world. The absolute, unbelievable greatest military in the world. No country is going to take us on. In your lifetime, there won't be a country that can take you on militarily. But guess what? They don't think they have to. They don't think they have to. If you look at the success of America today and the youth of America in your generation, they're not getting educated to the levels of the rest of the world. We have more dope addiction, more people addiction to narcotics and opiates than ever before. They don't think they have to. They can just sit back and wait. We basically have the skill sets. We won't be clean enough to be able to compete at a world level and be a superpower. That's what they're waiting for, and they can wait it out. They've waited hundreds and thousands of years. They can sure wait a few more to see if this generation fails. I've got news for them. This will be the next best, greatest generation that we've ever produced in this country. And that's going to be your generation. Not one generation has ever let the other down. You've never fallen short. You've always risen up to the occasion, and you're going to do the same. That's how much we're betting on you. That's how much I believe in you. I really do. I'll put you up against anybody in the world, and you'll compete. Because you can. You really can. And I think that you have to look at yourself now. Can I do better next year? Can I push myself in school a little bit more? And what's your character? If I ask you your character, how many of you blame people for doing things? Somebody else's fault, somebody did this, made me do this. You hear that all the time. We all do it as we're growing up. We all do it. Let me tell you when your character starts developing. You do something, you mess up, you make a heck of a mistake. You look somebody now and say, listen, I messed up. My mistake, I can fix it, I'll do it. Take responsibility. Take responsibility for your own actions. That's when you start building your character. That's when you become a man. That's when you start basically becoming a leader. Cicero said, to err is human. To err is human. We expect you to make mistakes. The thing I can't accept in life is when somebody says, I'm afraid to make a mistake. I'm afraid to do something because I might mess up. I expect you to mess up. I expect you to try it. I expect you to grow and learn from it. Just don't intentionally ever hurt anybody or do something to change somebody else's life. If you're doing something to improve somebody's life, improve your own surroundings in life, do it and don't worry about the consequences. It'll work out. You can't mess up that bad because you're trying to do something good. But I've had so many people, how do you know? Oh, I don't want to do this, I can't do it. Afraid. Think about this. The person on top of the mountain didn't fall there. Make sense? How'd they get there? They had to climb, right? You think they fell down a few times climbing the mountain? You think they stumbled? No one dropped them there. They didn't get dropped there. They climbed up. And each one of you can climb the mountain. Every one of you. My grandmother once said, my grandparents never had more than a 4th grade education. I was the first one to go to college. And my grandparents, I came home and I wanted to tell them everything I learned, and I was so proud of the education I was getting. And I was telling them I had an economics class, I had an accounting class, and went on and on. So I was so proud, and I was kind of braggadocious to my grandmother. My grandmother looked at me now and says, Joe, remember one thing, honey. People don't care how much you know until they know how much you care. You can be the smartest human being in the world and talk right through me. If you want me to understand what you said, you better talk to me. Think about that. People don't care how much you know until they know how much you care. That's the thing, guys. That's the thing. You've got to have compassion, empathy. And I say in West Virginia, I can look in your eyes, I can shake your hand and see your soul. That's who we are. We understand it. We get it. I don't want any of you ever to leave the state of West Virginia not being proud of who you are, where you've come from. You're a product of your environment. And let me tell you about your environment. First of all, how many of you all have somebody in your family that has served in the military? That's who we are as West Virginians. I'm in that category. We're all in that category. And the bottom line is we have shed more blood, lost more lives for the cause of freedom than any other state. We have more names on the wall, the Vietnam Wall, than any other state per capita. This little state has given her all. We've mined the coal that made the steel, that built the guns and ships, that built the factories, that built the middle class. We have given more than any other little state has ever given. So you be proud of who you are. You be proud of your heritage. You be proud of where you came from. Because I can tell you, you are the product of your environment. And your environment is the greatest little state in the country called West Virginia. Pretty special. Hey guys, keep standing. I'm finishing up right now. Keep standing because I want you to repeat this. If I say nothing more, I want you to remember what I'm going to say right now, and I want you to repeat it after me. I've been blessed to be the best. And by the grace of God, we'll do the rest. Let's hear it again. I've been blessed to be the best. And by the grace of God, we'll do the rest. God bless you. Thank you. Now, wasn't that some speech or what, guys? So we want to thank you for taking time out of your schedule to come and talk to us and share your experience and everything with us. And as a token of our gratification, we would like to give you the challenge coin from Boy State.